Hello, welcome back. If you've been watching, you already know I'm David Rose, C-Level Global's CEO. We're now in part 6 of the 8-part series on using powerful basics of Renaissance philosophy to help you and your business navigate the troubled economic times and get positioned to be stronger for emerging into an aggressive growth mode when the time is right. So here in part 6, we're now focusing on negating barriers. This is where you nullify obstacles, make ineffective the challenges and resistance to making your re-engineered plan happen by making your goals and your objectives come to life. Keep in mind that most barriers coming at you will be people and process related, specifically in innovation, operations, management, customer service, customer experience, marketing, sales, branding, digital presence, and so on. Some barriers may be financially related. Regardless, whatever they are, people are involved. Now, all good plans and good leaders should know many of the types of barriers that are coming, and of course, know those barriers that are happening currently. Strategically, by design, in the previous steps that we tackled, you identified some barriers. So this step we're discussing now is dedicated to unearthing remaining barriers that were missed. Because you didn't get them all. And most importantly, let's focus on getting as many of the challenges out in the open and making plans to resolve them now. They're always going to be coming though. In previous steps, by having your people help sculpt your re-engineered plan, we were psychologically and tactically smart, and you gained valuable buy-in and insight with your stakeholders. Plus, you reduced some resistance to change up front by including them. Still, resistance is inevitable, and so are other barriers that will be emerging. Obstacles will keep coming. That's life, and that's business. That's why good leaders in the Renaissance philosophy prepares for this and builds a judo system that uses the energy of negativity against itself to create positive change. Therefore, we're building your system to continually find and negate barriers through the people. Then we're going to build the CRP I taught you in instilling consistent, repeatable processes, which is the backbone of Renaissance methodology. Now, not to come across lugubrious or to use a platitude, it's just a fact. You can't do everything yourself. Yet over time, your people and processes can be built to handle almost everything. Here's some wise words from George Bernard Shaw that I suggest you share with your people. Shaw said, "Progress is impossible without change, and those who cannot change their minds cannot change anything." Incidentally, Shaw is talking about the people you will be negating and some of whom you will be alleviating from your organization or your peripheral. All right, time to act. Here's your 5 action steps to negate barriers. First, analyze all the obstacles identified so far. Then have your champions go over them again with the stakeholders to flush out remaining hidden barriers. These are probably sensitive subjects. Unfortunately, some will remain hidden for now. That's okay, because they will eventually come out with the consistent, repeatable processes. Number 2, you jump in often and engage when necessary. Do it by being present and encouraging prompt candor. Healthy confrontation grows organizations. You gotta rock the boat. Status quo kills, period. The key is, as long as you and your people are being respectful to one another and communicating, then everyone should be allowed to confront you, the champions, each other, processes, and so on. That's healthy. That's powerful. 3, build solutions to the barriers that you're identifying. As I said, you can't solve everything by yourself. Now, fools believe they can do it all themselves. That kind of thinking is like believing life can't go on without you. Oh, life can and will go on without us, without me, without you, or anyone. So empower your people to solve problems. Highly encourage and reward innovation. And then watch as barriers get negated. 4, go to work. Make the right changes. Get the people working on barrier identification and solutions and practicing it. Encourage tough discussions with kind candor. Test and recalibrate processes and the metrics as necessary, and alleviate bad players who fail to meet the metrics established if they can't be coached up. 5, rinse and repeat. Run the steps in this exercise often. Keep lines of communication clear, open, frequent, and candid. I'll discuss this in more detail next in part 7 involving Renaissance philosophy for establishing highly effective communication. There I'll get into how to grow innovation, develop stronger people, continuously improve from the feedback from not just your people, but from your prospects and customers too. Keep in mind at all times, the greatest barriers will be you. So stay alert, stay accountable, stay engaged. The next barriers are going to be your champions, your employees, your stakeholders, and of course, prospects and customers. The danger exists as people will smile at you and nod positively for a while, like they're engaged and they're with you on this. But once the reality of change sets in and the new metrics that uphold daily accountability on the people sets in, many will openly rebel, and even worse, many will silently rebel. Success hinges on squelching the rebellion that creates good reasons to change the course of action for your plan, meaning to change your plan for their own agenda. Some will try to change the metrics and loosen up the accountability on themselves, selfishly. You're going to hear things like, I can't spend all my time updating in our CRM when I need to be out selling. Yeah, sure, some of the dissension statements will sound rational, so be cautious before being fooled. To close for now, take with you words from U.S. Air Force officer, pilot, war veteran, and Brigadier General Chuck Yeager. Chuck said, just before you break through the sound barrier, the cockpit shakes the most. Yeah, and that's what you're going to experience. Many times you'll feel this when you're close to breaking through, negating barriers, going to that next paradigm level. But hold the course. So thank you for joining me in this segment. It's time for you to go make it happen. I'll see you next in part 7 on communication. Go get 'em.